Hello everyone. Welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you love story-first reporting, hit like, subscribe, and tap join so you never miss our long-form breakdowns. Today we're diving into the announcement that blew the dust off 1,000 fan edits. Elçin and Barış are officially reuniting on screen. It's the comeback pairing audiences have been willing into existence since their runaway success in Karanlık Aşk, and now it's real. What led to this moment, what shape the project will take, and how the industry is quietly rearranging its calendar around them, let's unpack everything with care. They didn't do it with a red carpet or a noisy press tour. They did it with a coordinated reveal, a shared, minimalist post, same minute, same caption, different angles of the same clapperboard. No character names. No network tag. Just 2 signatures and a slate number. It was the most disciplined kind of confirmation. Say enough to be undeniable, but not so much that the story gets spoiled before the first table read. This reunion has a long memory attached to it. Back in the Karanlık Aşk era, viewers didn't just watch a rom-com, they discovered a rhythm between 2 actors who refused to bulldoze each other in a scene. Elçin brought microscopic precision, those half-second glances that carry 5 lines of subtext. Barış countered with grounded stillness that lets a moment breathe. Together they turned pauses into punchlines and quiet into confession. That sensibility is what returns now, with a promise, same chemistry, new canvas. So what kind of series is this? The production has locked the premise behind polite silence, but the creative breadcrumbs hint at a smart romantic drama with a mystery spine, leaner than a sprawling melodrama, richer than a sitcom. The writer's room reportedly pitched a central question big enough to sustain tension for a full season while still leaving space for character work. That's the exact terrain where this duo excels, not noise, but nuance, not endless twists, but a clean through line that pays off small choices. Early talks orbit 3 tonal anchors. Wit with weight. Exchanges that sparkle, then land somewhere tender a scene later. Mature stakes. Adults with jobs and reputations, not just feelings, choices that cost something. City as character. Istanbul in textured detail, ferries at dawn, alley cafes at 3 in the afternoon, rooftops at blue hour. Casting has been just as deliberate. Supporting roles are being built around performers who can volley with the leads instead of orbiting them. A quick glance at the initial call sheet shows a journalist mentor with dry humor, a sibling who functions as truth-teller rather than chaos agent, and an antagonist written with motives that make sense even when they sting. No cardboard villains. No cheerleader sidekicks. The goal is an ensemble that raises the tide of every scene. Behind the camera, the choices are telling. A director known for giving actors room to find the beat has signed on. The cinematography approach favors natural light, long lenses, and restrained camera movement, an aesthetic that trusts faces more than filters. Production design leans tactile, worn wood, handwritten notes, lived-in kitchens rather than showroom gloss. Wardrobe avoids neon statements in favor of silhouettes that reveal character, tailored but not fussy for him, playful structure and subtle color logic for her. Scheduling around 2 in-demand leads is always a puzzle, yet the team built a calendar that privileges table work, those quietly consequential hours where lines are cut, intentions clarified, and a throwaway joke becomes the audience's favorite gif. It's also notable that the plan includes intimacy coordination and mental health check-ins as standard practice. That's not a headline, that's a professional baseline that more sets should adopt, and this one has. Let's talk about expectations. The risk with legacy pairings is that nostalgia handcuffs new work. The way to beat that is to respect history without reenacting it. You'll feel echoes, an eyebrow lift here, a near laugh there, but the relationship dynamic is slated to evolve. Think partnership instead of push-pull, collaboration instead of constant collision. That doesn't mean the friction disappears, it means when sparks fly, they illuminate character instead of burning time. Fans, of course, are already building theories from crumbs. A single prop photo of a fountain pen set off speculation about a newsroom plot. An image of taped floor marks prompted threads about dance rehearsals. The truth is likely simpler and stronger. a contemporary series where the central duo navigates a high-competency world, creative, investigative, or entrepreneurial, while untangling a personal history that never completely faded. That's a lane with room for laughter, longing, and the kind of micro-acting these two made famous. Industry impact is immediate. Networks shuffle premiere slates to avoid head-to-head clashes. Streaming platforms angle for international rights, remembering how subtitled edits of their earlier work conquered timelines in cities far from Istanbul. Brands sniff around, but the first wave of offers is being parked politely. The team's priority is story first, synergy later. It's the right order: earn the audience, then decide if any partnership actually fits the world of the show. What about the work environment? People who've collaborated with Elçin and Barış talk about no-drama professionalism. They arrive prepped, protect crew time, and split the spotlight. That culture shapes a set, scenes move, morale stays high, and the camera drinks in performances instead of fighting chaos. Expect that same ethos here. In practice it looks like this: co-leads who trade honest notes, a director who trusts them to improvise in the pocket, a script that trims exposition because the actors can carry meaning with a look. Let's address the elephant everyone wants to ride. Will the show push romance to the foreground from frame one? Not likely. Smart reunion projects bank tension instead of spending it. The premiere will build a world and a tone, episode 2 will widen it, by episode 3 you'll feel the gravity pulling them to the same moral center even if the plot keeps them on different sides of a problem. By mid-season, one of them will take a risk the other doesn't see coming. That's not coyness, that's craft. There's also a meta layer here that matters. When two stars return to each other after years of separate successes, it signals confidence, not retreat. It says, we grew on our own, now we choose to build together. That agency shows up on screen. You'll see it in how their characters set boundaries, apologize like adults, and let silence do as much work as speech. You'll also see it in how the city holds them: crowded streets that somehow make room, a ferry deck that feels like a confessional, a late-night bistro where the waiter knows when not to interrupt. For longtime fans, you're going to recognize their shared comic timing in small places: a half-smile pulled tight to stifle a laugh, a sigh that turns into a setup line. You're also going to notice new gears: resilience that doesn't harden into cynicism, warmth that doesn't tip into sentimentality. If you came for the banter, you'll stay for the grown-up vulnerability. If you came for the nostalgia, you'll leave quoting something brand new. Before we wrap, a quick etiquette guide. Celebrate loudly, speculate kindly, and remember that behind the clapperboard are people trying to build something that lasts longer than a trending tag. Avoid tagging family in rumor threads. Don't post set locations before scenes wrap. Let the reveals arrive the way this one did: considered, graceful, and worth the wait. To the pair at the center of all this, welcome back to each other's eye lines. To the writers, directors, and crew, thank you in advance for the invisible labor that turns a reunion into a real story. And to you watching, get ready for a series that knows exactly why the world wanted these two together again, and refuses to take that desire for granted. If this deep dive helped you see the bigger picture behind the headline, please like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell. We'll track every official update, from first table read to final trailer, without spoilers and without noise. This has been Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Take care, be kind in the comments, and goodbye.